Did that patriotic punch at least hit?
It could have punched a little harder. I'm not gonna lie. It needed a little bit of that super soldier serum in it.
What is that like? What's the equivalent of that to real terms? Crack
For Loco.
for
Yeah.
loco. But we saw Captain America: Brave New World, and needless to say, the internet has a lot of opinions, and so do we. So let's get into it.
Okay, for a little context, this is the fourth Captain America movie, the 35th Marvel movie, which is kind of crazy. This is the first time we're seeing Anthony Mackie take on the role of Captain America on the big screen. There's no denying that there's pretty big shoes to fill trying to play Captain America. Now, did it live up to those expectations?
I will say it is a refreshing step back from the mess that has become the multiverse, especially with recent movies. I feel like sometimes they rely on just making jokes every 5 to 10 minutes just to keep the story interesting. And with Captain America, I feel like they're at least trying to have a more grounded, serious story, and I can kind of appreciate it at least for that.
I actually think Marvel did a pretty good job showcasing how this new Captain America holds his own in a fight. Seeing how he uses his technology to adapt to these new crazy threats he faces is pretty impressive and is low-key very fun to watch.
And when it comes to performances, call me a Harrison Ford fan, but I love seeing Harrison Ford do his thing on screen. Anthony Mackie and Harrison Ford, I feel like, give pretty solid performances, even though this could arguably be one of Marvel's lowest points when it comes to writing and dialogue, which kind of leads into what really didn't work for me in this movie, which is the writing. I do feel like Marvel is constantly trying to grasp at straws to convince its fans to stay, not by giving a good Captain America movie, but by just throwing glimpses of the future at us, a future that I don't even think Marvel is certain of.
Stale one-dimensional characters, paper-thin motives, and an overall feeling of unnaturalness kind of plays this entire movie. It's so unclear and inconsistent, it's hard for me to understand who these characters really are at the end of the day. Pair that with a really unsatisfying plot that doesn't give us any real character development is not a good showing for Marvel's first Captain America with Sam Wilson. And while we are aware that there are reshoots up until like last summer, it's something that's got to be brought up.
And it really sucks because at a time where the MCU is in such a state of uncertainty, you would at least hope that Marvel could provide a little bit more clarity to fans that they know what they want to do with this next phase, especially with such a core character like Captain America. But at least for me personally, I didn't really get that. But you guys let us know what y'all thought about the movie. What worked for you? What didn't?